going into the you can see this right here. This is a ball disruption circuit that we used going into the Alabama week, right? And it's probably something that we said, okay, we didn't do this well the week before. We're going to take some time to create some circuit work where we want to create a takeaway. We want to do something different. So here's a couple examples. Again, how's our drill organized? We're going to show this in our meeting. Hey, Aziz Ojolari, you're starting with me at station 2. We're working the scramble drill. Why are we working the scramble drill? Because we were really poor at scramble finishes, right? And we're going to rotate all of our players through each one of these stations, and we try to make it something that carries over to each group. Okay, Coach Scott, our defensive line coach, is over here coaching block destruction. Right, he's going to get the DBs over there, and they're going to be striking blocks. Right, Coach Schumann's working buddy tackle, or with the strip screen, or whatever that looks like, finish. Right, and then Coach Warren was working our Gator roll. So here's the 4 things we felt like they were really important for us to emphasize is a true mechanic of the game, right? So here we go, first station is block destruction. You can see we have DBs going over here, striking offensive linemen and then separating from blocks, right? Lock, peek, and shed. Strike, lock, peek, shed. Lock, peek, shed, tearing off a block, right? And you can see we're getting multiple reps. And then we want that to be able to carry over within the week. Why are we doing that? All right, well, here's Tyson Campbell, who we just watched. Right, boom, strike, shedding off a block, being able to tear off of it. We think that carries over from Coach Scott's drill. Okay. All right, scramble drill. This is something you guys actually already saw some clips of if you watched my first presentation. You saw us play Auburn. Adam Anderson comes scot-free on the quarterback, right? And he misses the quarterback. Why? Maybe he jumped. Maybe he didn't do a good job of having his eyes in the right location. All right, so we'll do scramble drill, right? And it's basically tag, right? We're simulating that the quarterback has the ball. You've come free as a blitzer, and you have to be in position to finish on the quarterback. We'll actually make them wear flag football belts, and they'll have to pull the belt. They'll pull the flag. So these things they'll adjust over time. But you can see how we have it set up. All right, we're gonna have a center, we're gonna have a quarterback. All right, this is where the DBs will start when they get to this station. Here's where the D-line or outside linebackers will start when they get to this station. All right, so here we go. We got some DBs. We like to blitz our DBs. DB comes off the edge. He's free. All right, we've got a look team player inside. Again, here I think he has a towel for our tag simulation. Right, later on we actually gave them a belt, like a flag football belt that they could pull the flag. Okay, he's coming in, and we're telling this look team guy, hey, you can stay anywhere within this box. We just want you to make it hard on our blitzer, right? So blitzer's coming, and then he has to get under control. He has to attack the upfield shoulder. He has to get in position to get a finish, right? Here's a really good example here of Tyreek coming off the edge. We teach our players not to jump, right? Not to jump in pass rush scenarios, because so often you see a player jump, the quarterback pulls the ball down and takes off running. So a good look at him, and we feel like this is carryover from that same drill, right? He runs through the tackle to work the finish on the cue, right? Ends up being a takeaway for us. And a lot of that's credit to the fact that he did not jump, where a lot of players instinctually will jump here. We want to get our hands up. We want to mirror the throwing hand, but we don't want to jump, right? So now we got an inside linebacker, same drill. He's blitzing. Quarterback sees him. Quarterback's working the scramble. We want to work the finish, right? Good look at what we saw earlier, finishing in the pocket, right, with Monty finishing on the quarterback. Okay, all right, buddy tackle, strip screen station. So right here, you can see it. These guys are coming off the ball. This is the D-line. Once the D-line gets to Coach Schumann, they're coming off the ball. Ball's thrown back. Right now they have to retrace. What are we working? We're working the cover down. But this is a way, we're getting a lot of things within one drill. We're getting an opportunity to create a takeaway. You can see Jordan Davis here getting the punch out. We're getting fumble recovery from Zion Lowe, right? And again, the beginning of the drill, we're getting cover down, right? We're getting get off, and we're getting cover down screen reaction for the D-line, right? What's it look like, right? Here's a look. Watch the D-line here. We get off the ball. Boom, they throw the screen, right? Inside out. Let me go to the wide here. I think we'll get a better look, right? Inside out, right? You can see we're trying to get that cover down from those guys in the back end. Okay. Now, when the DBs and the linebackers get to this station, we change the station slightly. So now we're going to zone break, right? And we're trying to emphasize eyes on the tip, right? If the ball's thrown straight in front, we're going to go work a buddy tackle and a strip. So ball's thrown in front, we want to try to get a strip on the ball. We want to vice the ball carrier and get a buddy tackle. All right, so here's a good look of that carryover into a game, right? Zone drop, ball's thrown to the check down, right? Again, buddy tackle opportunity, good break on the ball here by Channing Tindall, and finish, right? Other drill will work. Station 4 is a Gator roll tackle. Again, we're trying to figure out different ways to create opportunities to tackle. And so often here at Georgia, one thing we noticed is we're a thud tackle team. We thud up in every one of our team periods. We try to keep guys off the ground, but very rarely do you get the opportunity to work a roll tackle in practice. Why? Because we don't tackle live to the ground very often. So, you can see we're over here trying to be creative with the equipment we have, create things that we think our guys can tackle. And now we're trying to simulate that finish when one of the most common tackles that shows up within a game, right? That Gator roll look, right? So again, ball's thrown, and here's the exact replica of that drill of us working, finishing on that tackle drill all the way across. Good. Carry this over. Got another look. Ball thrown. Again, roll tackle here, inside out from the linebacker to finish. All right, a couple more looks on these looks. So here's another look at your zone drops. Ball's thrown, rally break, buddy tackle. All right, zone drops. Now, the element we added later, we're dropping zone. The element we added later is we don't always want these guys to know where the ball's being thrown. We don't want them to know it's going to be a buddy tackle. So here you can see Coach Schumann simulating with his shoulder a throw to another wideout. So now Nakobe's breaking zone, trying to get a play on the ball, right? We've seen these, the cover down drill, right? Shot on ball, trying to create the takeaway, right? All right, another drill that will work, hook swat. I don't know how often you guys deal with this. We deal with it quite a bit where we don't feel like we're getting a great finish on the ball or a great finish on the hook swat. So we're going to try to get everybody some replica reps of finishing on the receiver with a hook swat, proper mechanics to make sure we secure the tackle, right? When the D-line gets over here, we work a rake on the quarterback, run the hoop, work the rake, right? So we'll adapt the drill to fit the needs of the people who are going. You can see while we're doing this, these guys are over here doing the zone break drill that Coach Schumann has set up, right? Another drill here to work finishes. So we can change our circuit from week to week. Work the finish, I'm in the hip, boom, hook swat, right? How are you doing it? How are you manipulating the drill you need work on, right? So a couple looks. Why are we not just doing a straight hook swat? Well, maybe we wanted to emphasize coming out of our breaks. So I think it's really important. What element can you add to your drill, right, to have some carryover, right? This goes back to a little bit what we were talking about before. One thing we teach our players, as the blitzer, we want to mirror the throwing hand, all right? So we are simulating coming down the line, ball's thrown, and I want to mirror left hands up, matching the right hand of the quarterback, right, to simulate. But we also want to simulate being under control when the quarterback doesn't throw it. So this goes back to the drill we were talking about. Don't jump. Keep your feet on the ground, right? Because the quarterback won't always throw it, and I want to be in position to be able to finish on the tackle. Another example, right? This time we fool him. He jumped, right? So this is what we use to emphasize to our players. We do not want to jump, right, as we work this drill, all right? Another example, circuit work, we're striking blocks, right? This is 3-step quick 5. We're trying to simulate, hey, we're striking the block up front as a D lineman, and now we want to work on getting our hands up and get a tip ball, right? This could be a blitzer as a DB. So you can see right here, we have linebackers doing it. They're strike, they're engaged, right? If I'm not able to get to the quarterback, I can still impact the ball with my ability to get my hands up. So that's what we're simulating right here, trying to execute, right? We'll do it here as well. Again, one thing, you can see our head football coach, he's going to be involved in the drill work, man. He makes us better by doing more and coaching these guys as well. So again, we're engaging the blocker, see the quarterback's hand come off the ball, simulating, right? And we already saw this drill with the tag drill. So I'm going to keep moving ahead so we can have a person. Here it is now with the flags, right? You can see quarterback has the flag. I'm coming off the ball. I got to grab his flag. You can see we try to make it challenging. We try to make it tough. That quarterback won, right? But if you're not simulating this in practice as a coach, don't be surprised when it's not successful in the game. I'm not just showing you the good clips, right? I'm showing you both clips. you know, we might do this drill and then add an element where they have to beat a block first, right? Beat a block first, then get in position to finish on the cue and grab the flag, right? So we can add a lot of different pieces, you know, to make this drill better and improve. Ultimately, what are we working? We're working the finish on the quarterback, right? But in this process, we also just got, hey, we got a pass rush rep, right? We got to come to balance rep. We got a tackle rep, right? And we got to finish on a cue. So you get the idea of the drill work, how we do it, how we build it, and how it's set up, okay? One other thing that we'll work with in the mechanics phase is how do we blitz, right? Am I a crash blitzer or am I a surfer? So looking right here at number 13, right? We teach our guys when you're at the same side as the quarterback, or excuse me, as the running back, you want to come to balance, right? We don't want our heels to click, right? And we want to close to the tackle's hip, be able to play inside out on zone read, or in this case, speed option. He is not running up the field. He wants to surf. Right? My feet are square. I'm back down the line. I can inside out the ball, and I put myself in position to finish. So he's able to not only play right here the quarterback, but now also able to play the pitch with his mechanics and how he did that. Really good example of a surf. So here we are. We're simulating that, and we're getting the block in front of him. We get block separation or surf. I can see the hip. Ball's handed. All right, I can close on the zone read. If the ball is pulled, I want to be able to go inside out on the ball. All right, you can see we're simulating this with several guys. Again, backs to me, surf technique, right? Ball's handed. I'm going to play down the line, right? All right, action to me, surf technique, right? And again, I don't want to cross the line of scrimmage. I want to throttle my feet, get into a surf position, and be able to play, right? Action to me, surf technique. Don't run up the line of scrimmage. Be in position to go inside out the ball, right? Tracking the hip, right? So you get an idea of the drill, how it's set up for us to play. Now, we're going to rotate, right? The D-line is going to be over here. Now we got DBs who are blitzing off the edge. And again, what are we trying to coach? We're trying to coach their mechanics. They're to the side of the back. We want to surf. You know, we'll tell a blitzing DB that's away from the back that he can bend and chase, you know, so have the ability to do that. So we're going to coach those mechanics. If it doesn't show up on film, it's probably because we're not doing a good job of coaching. So boom, separation read, right? What do I want from Lewis? I want him to throttle down right now at the line of scrimmage, be able to play inside out, back down the line. Okay, you get the idea of the drill. All right, another look at how we built that Gator roll tackle, right, as we go through. Again, tracking it inside out. I think you guys already saw that one, right? So we'll do this in several different ways. We'll change the angle of departure. We'll get the D-line doing it, right? Low impact drill that really emphasizes how we want to be able to tackle and finish. All right, crash blitz. All right, so this is something that when we're working a stunt, we're working a pressure, right? And we have a blitzing DB outside, or it could be a linebacker, doesn't have to be a DB. The inside element, we call that guy the crash blitzer. We're teaching him to do two things, one of two things. He's either going to get asses or faces. If he gets a face from an offensive tackle, we want to cross it. If he gets an ass from an offensive tackle, we want to chase it. All right, so we're going to work. And again, you can see how we detail this before we go out for practice. We show the blocks that our players will get, right? It's going to be a low impact drill, right? But here you can see right now, Mark Webb is in a crash technique. It's one of the pressures we talked about earlier. Way is actually wrapping outside of Mark. So he's in a crash, right? Right here, he gets the ass of the what? He gets the ass or the face of the tight end, but the ass of the tackle. So he wants to crash down inside, right, as the crash blitzer, right? Another look at it, right? Tyreek Stevenson is blitzing off the edge, right? He gets the face of the tackle, right? What's he do? He gets the face. We want to cross the face, right? Good job of being a crash blitzer. Well, guess what? It's the same technique the defensive line is using on the guard. He gets the face of a guard. We want to cross it, right? So that's our crash drill. Here's another good look. Again, he gets a face from the tight end, ass from the tackle. We want to get inside and dig in, okay? We see another look. Here's a really good look, right? Now I'm reading the tackle. Nate's off the edge, right? He's reading the tackle. The tackle's down. He just got the tackle's ass. We get an ass. We want to be able to chase down the line of scrimmage, puts himself in position to make a TFL. So now here we are simulating the drill. You can see this is a low impact situation. We don't have pads on. So we're simulating, okay, boom, you got a face. What do? You cross it, right? And now we're finishing through the opposite cone, all right? Another look. Boom. I got an ass. What do? You chase it, finishing through the opposite cone, right? So we're simulating crash blitzes. Now that was the linebackers. Now we're doing it with the D line, right? And we're rotating, getting this circuit work in. Boom, I got past it. I got a face. I'm crossing face, working vertical on the finish, right? Boom, I got an ass, right? I'm down the line. So you get an idea of how we're setting these drills up and coaching them and playing them, right? Now the DBs get here, what changes? Man, we change our alignment to start. We're going to play off the ball a little bit more. And we're going to crash blitz. Boom, I got a face, I cross it. Right? I'm a corner blitzing. I got an ass, I chase it, right? So how are you coaching those mechanics as you go through? We're going to adapt and build these drills so we can make sure we're simulating the things we want that are going to happen in practice. All right, I'm going to keep rolling here. Yeah, another look at that block destruction circuit we talked about, okay? Now, here's another adaptation to us getting better at not just taking on blocks, right? And again, this is our D-line coach, Trey Scott, and he's coaching our DBs and our linebackers, right? Why? We're doing the circuit work. We're simulating that circuit, right? We're working to finish. We're going to take on a block, strike with hands, tear off, and work to finish. A lot of times we use really big bodies in these scenarios. You can see Jalen Kimber's not a big guy, right? He's coming to strike a block. We like to use big bodies. So these guys, it's harder in practice than it is in a game. Right? It's what we're trying to simulate and execute. All right? So you get an idea of some of those looks. Here's another block destruction drill we'll do with Coach Scott. So now we're striking the block. Boom, I'm peeking the gap. And now I'm going to read the release of the back or the runner. Runner finishes this way. I'm going to finish through the Delaware pad. Right? Run my feet, strike, and finish. Same thing. Right? Chris Smith, lock, peek, right? Runner takes off this way. I'm going to go finish, strike through the Delaware pad. Low impact drill. We can simulate block destruction. I'm going to show you a couple competition drills that we do throughout practice. Again, the purpose of these drills, create competition, right? So one of my favorites, this is what's going to happen every day at the University of Georgia when we go full pads. We're going to separate the team. It's basically a gauntlet, right? We're going to create a box, right? 2 guys on defense, 2 guys on offense, right? Mano, right? Ass on the sideline. These guys, they're trying to get the tackle, right? This guy is trying to block. The runner's trying to score in the end zone. Big thing. I'm always harping to the defense when we do this drill. Look, there's 2 of you and there's 1 blocker, right? So somebody better make the tackle. So we're creating one-on-ones across the board. You can see our whole team's part of it and join it. Again, it's a win or a loss drill. Did you get in the end zone or not, right? Off of that, in the middle, we'll work board drills, right? Basically board drills, O-line versus D-line. We'll partner them up. We're trying to make sure our players don't torque each other, right? We'll have a whistle, work the finish, right? Here's another look, box drill. So we work our way across the field to work the box, right? Another look, box drill, right? So we're going all the way down. We have it split. It's organized. Everybody knows who's up next, right? You know how the drill works. Good job from an offensive standpoint. They get to work high impact block. We're very close to each other. So this is not, a drill where you're going to see a lot of guys get hurt. We're able to get good thud tackle, run our feet on contact. It's definitely what we're looking for from our guys. All right, challenge drill. Coach Smart will do this throughout practice, not every day. Once a week, once every 2 weeks, where he'll come up to a newcomer, he'll come up to somebody on the team and he says, who do you want to challenge? Right? So right here, he asks Darnell who he wants to challenge, right? Darnell calls out a guy in our practice, and we all set for 2 minutes of practice. We're going to all sit here and watch the competition, man on man, see who wins, let them battle it out, toughness, grit, who's got it, right? That's what we're looking for. And then boom, we go into the next phase of practice. So that can happen throughout practice. All right, one of our other competition drills we do is we'll get, 1 wide out versus 1 corner, 1 tight end versus 1 backer, 1 OLB versus 1 O lineman, and just work our way down the line. So here's a look, middle of practice. Let's break up the monotony. Let's create some competition. So right here, we're working a one-on-one outside, right? Inside. Now we get to work backer on back, right? Whether it be pass pro or whether it be protection, right? Now we get to work pass rush, O-line versus D-line, right? And again, now we're on the other side, O-line versus D-line, right? Working that pass rush. And again, now backer versus back. Now this time in protection, right? So an easy drill just to chop up some of the monotony in practice, but also create competition within your practices. Okay. Here you can see working red area one-on-one. All right, I'm gonna keep moving here.